Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe.
Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist Cognac Wellerlane, and we are just about to see a fabulous Zoom interview with actress Tara Erickson, and she appears in episode 9 of season 1 in End Titus. Let's take a look at this fascinating interview with actress Tara Erickson. Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist Cognac Wellerlane. Welcome to my pink kitchen. And I'm doing my interview with fabulous, sexy, gorgeous actress Tara Erickson. Welcome to Cognac's Corner.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, and I've heard so much about you, and I'm dying to interview you. First, I'm going to tell my audience a little bit about you before we get into the questions.
Okay.
Tara Erickson is an actor, comedian who also writes and directs. She has a background in improvisation and sketch comedy, which is apparent in her commercial work and can also be on her fabulous YouTube channel. She has recently won 5 Best Actress awards to her work in Prime of Your Life, a short film currently making its rounds in the festival circuit in 2022. And it has also won for Best Short and Best Writing. Now, Tara's directional debut was made with her short film, A Real Killjoy, which has won Best of the Fest, Special Jury Award, and Best Dark Comedy Micro Short. A Real Killjoy 3 is currently in pre-production to be directed by herself, Tara Erickson, and Matt McWilliams in the winter of 2022. She's also the face of Little Caesars in their very funny commercial spots, as well as the sports drink. Now, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this correctly, but it looks like Excellence or
Science.
Excience. Okay. Now, my first question, which I ask every person I interview, tell my audience what inspired you to become an actress.
I went to school for musical theater, so I was mainly looking at my career when I was younger as a singer, and then sort of in the musical theater land, I just fell in love with acting and comedy. And so once I graduated from the American Musical and Dramatic Academy, I graduated from school. I didn't really audition too much for musical theater because in school, I just found that I liked comedy and acting the most. And since then, that's what I've been pursuing.
I noticed that you do a lot of comedy stuff on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's fun.
Now, you grew that channel like from nothing, and you have like so many subscribers now because of it.
Yeah, it's great. I was like, I had 11 subscribers when I first started and had to beg to
like
get to
us
like 50.
all.
Yeah, and now it's like at 53,000 or something like that, which is awesome.
Oh my God, that alone will get you cast in something. Because this is what everybody knows now. Everything is all about how many subscribers you have, how many followers you have on Instagram. That alone is many reasons why people get hired now in the industry, because you have followers, you know? And I mean,
Yeah.
I think it goes by the old school of like back in the day with the has-been actors like Joan Crawford or Betty Davis. If they knew that they had a lot of fans, they would put them in the movie, you know, and they would get work because they had such a huge following. Don't you agree?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the only reason I started my YouTube channel like 6 or 7 years ago now, was mainly just because I wanted to act more and I knew that that would probably help.
Okay, so now we're going to get into some questions about the latest thing that you've just done. Now, you recently worked on Real Killjoy, which, of course, I read before, won the Best of the Fest, the Special Jury Award, and this Best Dark Comedy Micro Short. A Real Killjoy is currently in pre-production, which I already spoke to you about. What is this film about? Tell us the synopsis of the film.
A Real Killjoy is about Sam Jones. She's a character who's stuck in a post-apocalyptic world, surrounded by zombies and incapable survivors. And she's the strongest, smartest woman around that is the one that is saving everyone, basically.
She's feisty. She's tough and she's feisty.
She is, yeah.
Yeah. So did you create the story? Did you write the story? Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I wrote and created the story. And in regards to a Killjoy 3, which we're currently in pre-production for, Matt McWilliams, who is the director, also helped me co-write this short film, the third one. But yeah, the world was created by me. And I'm super happy because if 3 does really well, I'm hoping to get it picked up as a series, possibly.
Well, you know what, you might be maybe on Bravo or American Movie Classics might want it too, because right now they have that zombie movie. But
really? Yeah.
Yeah, that zombie series. Now, what inspired you to make a film, this kind of a film?
Well, I was part of a group and still am part of a group called Just Scare Me, which is where a bunch of people can come in, try out new things, make a short film within 2 months. If you don't deliver a film within 2 months, you have to pay $100. I was an actor. People had reached out to me to act in their short films. I did it a bunch. And then they were like, hey, why aren't you just making a film? And I was like, I'm more of an actor, but okay. And that's how A Real Killjoy was born. And since then I've just...
So you are a fan of horror movies and zombie movies. You like zombie movies.
I do. I mean, Shaun of the Dead is like obviously awesome, but I am not a huge horror fan of movies. I am a horror fan, but I think there's a lot of people out there who might be like, I don't know if you're intense enough about horror films to call yourself that, because I know the horror culture is very, very strong, which is why I continue making dark comedy horror short films, because I really enjoy the community a lot.
Okay, so now, are you a fan of the movie, The Walking Dead TV series, which you might get on that network because of it? Are you a fan of that particular Walking Dead TV series?
Yeah, I am. I mean, there's a reason I think it's been on, 12 seasons? It's a great show, well written, and obviously the zombie effects are awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they're great.
I'm not a fan of zombie movies. I have to be honest with you. I'm not. You know why? No offense, but I'm a glamour girl, and the zombies are just too dirty for me. I can't. I just can't. I like vampires. I think they're sexy and I think they're glamorous. But zombies, I want to give them a bath. You know what I mean? I'm not like really a fan of zombie movies, but I think it's great that you're doing this. And it's such a huge following and people love these zombie movies, you know? Now, tell me, was it hard to direct yourself in this film? Because you self-direct yourself, don't you? Yeah,
I do. At least for A Real Killjoy 1, that was fairly easy because it was tough. I was also a first AD and the producer, and so I had to be aware of time and getting us in and out quickly and with shots. So it made it a little bit easier. If I could feel it in my body that was a take that I wanted, I would just move on. But I do think, and will have, moving on, someone at least in Video Village to check the screen, because it's really difficult unless you have a huge budget and a lot of time for me to do a take and then go back there and watch the take, have them rewind. That's not really a smart move when you're shooting something. Right. So I'll be sure to have someone behind the screen to give me some advice on another
Yeah, it's
take,
very
stuff like that.
difficult when you're making a film, you're acting, directing. You have to wear like a lot of hats, it's very, very hard. It
Yeah,
really
it's a lot.
is. I commend you for that. Now, how long did it take you to film a real Killjoy? How long
We
did it
filmed it in
take?
one day in less than 7 hours.
Was it an expensive movie? It's a short, right? Is it a
It's a
short
short,
or
yeah. It's a
was it
short film. It's
expensive?
only no, it's only 3 minutes. So that one was done. I pulled in a lot of favors. People came to work for me for free. But
Yeah, tell us about the cast. How many people are in this in the real Killjoy? How many actors were in it?
There's only three in,
Three
and
people?
then plus the zombie.
Plus the zombie.
Yeah.
I love it. So that's interesting. Now, what film festivals has it been in that it has won awards?
Oh yeah, so Boobs and Blood Festival, it won awards. Man, I'd have to go on my website. We've gotten into a lot of festivals. Indie Fest, it was also won awards there. And I believe through
It's
Toronto.
Isn't it in the Macabre Film Festival too, or is it going to be in the Macabre Film Festival?
It's going to be in the Macabre Film Festival on the 29th, actually. In like just a few days, it'll be there. Yeah.
That's a very good film festival. I used to go to it when Elsie, poor dear, she died. The poor woman, she passed away. But I used to love to go in New York. I used to go in she used to have it in Long Island, and she used to make it really glamorous and really elegant. Everybody had to wear a gown. Everybody had to wear a tuxedo. And she used to have a dinner, and she had it in a big catering hall, and it used to be fabulous.
Wow.
So I hope that it will be like that, now. But I mean, of course, she's not with us, but she was very tough about it. She said, I want this to project an element of elegance. And some of the filmmakers used to get mad because they didn't want to come in a tuxedo. And she said, you have to, if you want to be in the movies, you have to project a certain kind of elegance. You have to get it dressed up. You have to wear a gown. You want it to be like the Academy Awards. She wanted it to be like the Golden Globes. She wanted it to be really, really something special. And
that's awesome.
And she did achieve that while she was alive. She did achieve. I hope her husband, I hope he continues to do that. So now, do you have any plans in making it a big franchise?
I mean, yeah, with Killjoy 3, making that film now in pre-production, my hope is to finish that. My friend who's also in a real Killjoy 1, she plays Melissa, she wanted to write a pilot for it. So if 3 gets done and people like it, I'd like to pitch the pilot along with 1 and 3. 2 was pretty good too, but as a full around pitch, to have all those elements in place to hopefully turn it into a franchise or create a series.
Okay, good luck. Break a leg with that. I hope you get everything you want.
Yeah,
now,
I hope so too.
Yes, and now we're going to talk about Titus, which is like the talk of the town. You played the character Mary in episode 9, which is the last episode of season 1. Now, how did you get this? How were you cast for the voice role of Mary in Titus, episode 9? Tell us the story.
A friend and fan, Solomon, who's been following me, Solomon Chertok, who's been following me on Instagram and my YouTube channel for many, many years, I think since I started, referred me because he's listened to my voiceover stuff and has followed my acting stuff for a long while, and referred me to the director and the producer, and they just had me send in tape for Mary, and it was a lot of fun.
So tell us about your character, Mary. Tell us about her.
Yeah, she's like the glue that holds the friends together. There's some stuff that happens that if the room feels a little bit unsteady, I think Mary comes in to save the day with a nice, cheerful approach. She's sweet and kind of quiet, but also knows when to control a room when it's needed. She's an interesting character.
So she sounds a lot different, though, than the character you play in a real Killjoy. By the way,
totally different.
not to regress, but what made you call it a real killjoy?
Well, the ending, it made me call it a real killjoy because Melissa's character, Mary, comes in as Melissa and shoots a guy that I kind of, you can see on screen, am having somewhat emotions for, and he may be the last man standing. We don't know.
Oh, that's
so I thought it
right.
would be funny to call it a real killjoy because
So this movie, A Real Killjoy, it's horror, but it's very funny.
yeah, it's a dark comedy,
It's a
and it's
dark
not
comedy.
really like scary. It just happens to have a zombie in it and some blood, so it's thrown into the horror
Yeah, now see
genre.
that probably I probably would love this movie because I love comedy. I
Oh yeah,
think
you
comedy
probably
is
would. And it's only 3 minutes, so it's like no time.
yeah, yeah. So okay, so now tell my audience, what was it like working with Delmar Burkett, the creator of Titus?
Oh, it was great. It was super easy. He just sent me, the screen grabs so that I could have an idea of what the character looked like when she was talking in the script, and was like, hey, give it your best shot. And I did. He was like, these are great. And that's mainly what's been my communication with him, is just getting work done. And I'm super happy to be a part of the project, that he just chose me, put trust in me to get the job done. And it was
Yeah,
great.
he's great. He's great. He wants me to be in it too. He wants me
Yeah.
to play a witch.
Oh,
in
that
it.
would be great for you.
Yeah, yeah. I said make sure she's sexy.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, did you use your regular voice or did you create a different voice for the character?
For Mary, I use my normal voice, but she's a little more timid, I think, than I would deliver my
Yeah,
lines as me.
that's what
Yeah.
from your description, that's what this character sounds like. She sounds maybe a little shy, maybe a little reserved. She
Yeah.
does sound like that. Now, what recording equipment did you use to record your voice to send to Delmore?
Actually, to him, I used my phone. I put a little speaker into the end of my phone. I put my phone on my couch and I spoke into the cushions, and it actually produces pretty good sound.
Okay, that's good to know. Now, how long did it take you to record your lines? Were you asked to re-record any lines of dialogue? I mean, a lot of actors, that's the thing about what's happening right now, because everything is, you have to send it in. Nobody goes in person anymore. Do you like that better? Do you like sending the lines in better? Do you like doing auditions, by doing it this way? Because years ago, in my day, you had to go in person on an audition.
Right. Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I like the self-tape process at home. It does make it easier for me, but sometimes I'll get self-tape instructions that are 3 pages long, and it's tough because I live alone. I don't have someone else there to read with me. And that's when I'm like,
Yeah.
it would be easier if I could just go to a studio and they have the camera and lights, and then they have someone there, obviously, to read against me. But it does make it a lot easier for me to send in self-tapes and redo takes, check the footage, and make sure that it is a take that I think is funny and good to send to casting. And most all of my callbacks are done at least live on Zoom or live in person. But I'm glad that I'm not spending tons of gas driving to Santa Monica almost 3 to 4 times
yeah.
a week.
Well,
Was a lot.
I used to have that problem too. They used to want me to go in for, I don't do it anymore, but years ago, they used to want me to go in person on an audition, and I live in Nassau County. It's not like I live in Manhattan. So they would tell me the same day that they wanted me to go. I says, I can't go the same day. I live in Nassau County. You got to tell me this the day before.
Yeah.
So it just never worked out. It just never worked out. So now, what do you think of the series and Titus? Do you have a favorite episode from that series? Something that you might have seen online? Is there anything that you might have seen prior to this?
I love the animation in it. I think the animation is just like true art. And
it certainly is.
Yeah, mainly drew me to it because I was like, oh man, these episodes really look awesome. Because before I agreed to lend my voice to the project, I wanted to just make sure it was a project that I liked. And so as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, I'd be stoked to be a part.
Now, what voice over work, have you done any other voice over work before in Titus? Or is this like your first time doing it?
No, I've done other voiceover work. I do have a voiceover reel on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
And I get voiceover auditions maybe like once a week. I don't have a voiceover agent because that's not my main focus. My main focus is acting.
Listen,
But
darling, you're too beautiful. People have to see your face. Beautiful. So now I want to talk to you about that Little Caesar commercial. How the hell did you get that Little Caesar commercial? How did you get cast? How did you find out about that?
That was through my agent. I sent in a self-tape, got a call back over Zoom, and then booked it in that week. And they've used me for 4 different spots so far.
I see.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
So
they're
you're
like some of the most
so you're
fun.
like, yeah, so you're like an ambassador to Little Caesar.
Oh, kind of, but I'm not still currently doing them because they switch over actors.
Yeah.
I mean, I pay attention to a lot of Little Caesars commercials because I was in a bunch, but they have new commercials almost.
Oh.
They shoot probably 2 to 3 times a month on new spots. So anytime you watch TV, you probably won't see my face anymore. I think it is still running internet wise, but I believe the contract ended just a few months ago. So it's not playing as much on TV as it was maybe 6 to 8 months ago, but it is still online a bunch.
Okay. Do you get paid residual even if it's on YouTube or on the internet? Do you still get paid residual for that?
No,
No,
most
you don't,
commercials
huh?
now do not shoot SAG union. So I'm part of
Really?
FICOR, so I work both union and non-union. And the only way for me to pay my bills is to do both.
Oh, I see. Okay. I never knew how that really worked. I was always curious. I know back in the days, if you were like continuously on a commercial, that was like the best deal possible because you could make a
Yeah.
fortune from
I
being
miss
in
the
those
boat, man.
commercials.
I miss the boat. All my friends say Tara would be a millionaire with a house with how many commercials she's booked, but I
Yeah.
miss the boat when it started to change, where it got out of SAG land and into a different land.
That's too bad. But what was it about the reel? Did they ever tell you why they wanted you? What was it about you that they decided that they wanted you for the Little Caesar commercial? Do you know why?
I think it was just my comedy instincts. I added in a lot of improv and tags at the end of their script, and probably facial expressions. A lot of times I get hired because I can make a lot of different facial expressions, and also add in improv on set, which they enjoyed in my self-tape.
Yeah, that's like Jim Carrey. He's good with the facial
Yeah.
expressions.
Yeah, exactly.
He's very good with that. And it's interesting too, because I was watching a documentary the other day about Joan Collins. She was on Turner Classic Movies. I don't know if you know who she is. Do you know who Joan Collins? You're kind of young, so I don't think you know who she is.
No, I'm not sure.
Okay, Joan Collins was the one that was in Dynasty. She played Alexis Carrington. But
Okay.
she was a big movie star in the 50s, and then her career did a nosedive, and she did her sister Jackie. I interviewed her many times, her sister Jackie and her. And Jackie always used to invite me to her book release parties, and they used to take most of the time. It used to take place during New York Fashion Week. Oh. So she was on, and she shopped her movie around. Her book, and they made a movie about it called The Stud. And because she played this vixen in The Stud, that was glamorous and sophisticated and sort of like a cougar, that's how she got the part for Alexis, because her agent sent the tape in, and they were considering people like Sophia Loren. That, you know who Sophia Loren is, right?
Oh, yeah. Sure do.
Raquel Welch and all of that. But they decided on her because of that part. So I always am curious why people do get cast in the parts they get cast in. So now tell my audience, where can we go? Because we're coming to an end. I want you to tell my audience where we can go to find out more information about you. What is your website?
Yeah, you can go to my website, thetaraerickson.com, which is TARAERICKSON, thetaraerickson.com. You can also go to youtube.com, just search Tara Erickson. And on my website, you'll also find links to my Facebook, my Instagram, my IMDb, Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at the Tara Erickson. You can follow me on Instagram at Tara Erickson. And you can follow me on Facebook at actor Tara Erickson.
Well, darling, it was such a joy to interview you. I wish I could give you a pink champagne kiss, but I'll blow it to you.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for being on the TV show, but don't go away yet because we're going to talk after I stop the recording. And thank you very much for coming on. And we will be back with more celebrity interviews, darlings. Keep watching. Pink champagne kisses.
I am Titus, and right now I am dead. But when my soldiers finally awaken me, I will gain all power and become the ruler of this world.
Well, not if we have anything to say about it. You guys ready to get this show on the road?
I don't know. I mean, are we really ready for this fight?
We have to be ready! The fate of the world may very well rest in our hands!
Well, if you put it that way, then let's get to it.
I will win this battle, Carlavon.
You may win a battle, Titus, but you will definitely lose the war.
Well, I hope you enjoyed my interview with actress Tara Erickson. I certainly did. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and always hit the notification bell to let you know when I am publishing a new video. And my channel, my sexy channel, is all about Zoom celebrity interviews and fashion hauls at Amazon, Shein, Bath & Body Works, Victoria's Secret, and don't forget to subscribe, darlings. I love you all, and pink champagne kisses.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One-of-a-kind girl. I was brought into this world wrapped up in pearls. I love to mingle, though my husband reminds me I'm not single. I meet and greet both the famous and the elite. I ride in limousines, drinking the finest champagne, wearing furs, dazzling diamond jewelry. A girl can't complain. I live the upscale life, dining in the finest restaurants, eating the best caviar for free. And no matter how much I enjoy cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.